Episode, nobody beats the house.
All right, here we are. So I'm going to get myself off of here. There we go. We'll move this over. So if anybody's watching live, this is the NFT. So for all you boomers, NFT is new firearms things. That's what that means. And this is an NFT for this RECOIL magazine deal. So is there any way for us to see the last bids? View rankings, 15 bidders. So Maj is the current high bidder at $5,000. Cheryl Todd came in earlier today at $1,500. Gunownersradio is at $1,300. opensrcdefense was at the top at $700 earlier. I don't know who MMB is. So we're now at 3 minutes left, and I'm not sure how this all works, but I think everybody is paying for it. Everybody who bids is in. They're just getting different pieces of it. So these top 5 bids are what they're calling platinum tiers. And then there's these gold tiers. And even though the gold tiers are in gray, whatever, it should be in gold, but whatever. I guess they're all going to be pushed, paying in, contributing to it. Here, let's let Chris tell you the deal.
Hey everybody, just want to give a quick update on this wild NFT auction that I'm running with RECOIL Magazine. There's just 1 day left to bid and win one of 10 NFTs and amazing prize packages including...
Oh, I guess it stops when you click out. So I'll leave this over here and go back to Chris's thing.
Hey everybody, just want to give a quick update on this wild NFT auction that I'm running with RECOIL Magazine. There's just 1 day left to bid and win one of 10 NFTs and amazing prize packages, including an in-person fun shoot, autographed physical copy of the magazine, and RECOIL swag. Proceeds are going to Second Amendment organizations who promote and support the concept that the Second Amendment is for everyone. Hashtag 2A for all. Hey everybody, just want to give a quick update on this wild NFT auction that I'm running with RECOIL Magazine. There's just 1 day left to bid and win one of 10 NFTs and
all right, so why didn't he put hashtag 2A for all in here? He did not. But anyhow, then that gives you kind of the idea that it's ending, well, actually in 4 minutes. It said it was ending in 3 minutes. Maybe there's something where if it gets a new bid. Oh yeah, see, when it gets a new bid, it gets 5 more minutes. So we might be here for a couple of minutes. If anybody's out here watching live, we'll throw some polls out here. We got poll ideas. Throw them out there. So we might be here for a couple of minutes. Boom. So, are you a fan of the NFTs? Let's go with yes, and I want / own NFTs. We'll go with yes or yeah, but I won't get one. No. And then I hate the future. And money. Boom. So now you can be part of the whole deal by voting. And if you vote, you don't have to pay nothing. You're not going to be buying an NFT. Don't worry. If you vote on this, you're not buying an NFT. All right. So it looks like Maj. Oh, he put up another $100. Is this is this live anywhere else? Let's just put in RECOIL NFT. Boom. Oh, there's them talking about it on this show. Nobody's live with it except for us. So why don't we go back to the video that we're on. Except
So I
And then
don't
we'll edit this video with stuff that we need to put in here. So
non-fungible tokens. Contrary to what you might think, they are not mushroom.
I'll put some of those keywords in here. If anybody wants to join in and talk about NFTs, if you understand them, you're not as scared, then let me know. Boom, live. Now we're gonna get it. Put that in there. See what other words we can work off of this guy. First ever gun community digital collectible. Thanks. He's stealing all those words. It's called word theft. I'm doing it right now. Boom. But here's how you can do it ethically. Now I grab the guy's link, put his link in here, and now I'm just referencing his work. I'm just helping him out. It's ethical. And then we both win. Pretty sure I'm bigger than him, and I don't have to feel bad about just stealing all his words. Boom. So now you can go check out more about what these. Oh, we got another bid. $7,000. What? There's boomers that are falling over because they can't understand what is going on here. Oh, it's Maj throwing away $7,200. I wonder who MMB is. Does anybody know who MMB is? And who's digitalarms? What's all that about? jwdillon? Is that Dylan from Dylan, or is that something else? Ammolytics. What is that? Is it some kind of online company? We know who Cheryl Todd is. That's a legit human that we know. This is Cheryl Todd Gun Freedom Radio. That's the name of that show. Gunownersradio is the dude I just worked off all his words. That's this dude. Oh, click on again. Click over to view rankings. So here's the deal. Let's say you want to buy this NFT, or at least get in on one of them. You go to this link. Oh. Boom. Right? And then you click on bid if you want to bid, but you can click on view rankings, and then bam, there we go. So this looks like it might go on for a while if people keep bidding on it. That's interesting. So I don't know why they're not doing it on Pot of Gold auctions. I believe they should have been doing this on Pot of Gold auctions, but that's just me. Here, let me just put a link in here. Pot of Gold auctions, which is a auction site here in Arizona, run by Cheryl Todd and her husband and her daughter. Boom. Right? Click on that link if you want to go over there and check it out. But they're posting it on some other thing. Recoil is a magazine that they got Chris to pose on the cover. This shirt, that's a gun, even though you can't tell because of the whatever, the angle. He's holding a gun. He's signed this one, and now they're putting up an NFT, which is a whole nother thing. I guess I could show this Pot of Gold thing. And there's what, 10? Top 10 bids win. 15 bidders. And it looks like every time a new high bid comes in, it adds a couple of 4 minutes to the clock. Either it brings it back up to 4 minutes, or it adds another minute. I haven't watched one happen yet to figure it out. So this must be Recoil's website and some functionality they have running on their own website. Looks like Maj is in the lead with $7,200. Since this is the first, as Dude says over here on Gun Owners Radio, the first ever gun community related digital collectible, they're setting the price for them. They're creating the value of them, or at least contributing to that initial value. So it's interesting to see that it went up to 7,000. I don't think many people would have thought it was that high, or it would go that high when well, I know that it wasn't because I've listened to some of these interviews where they're talking about the concept. That goes out there. Do you want a link to jump in? I'll throw a link out here. Unlike shows that aren't real, we'll throw a link out there. be part of the chat. Echo posts or hosts live conversations focused on reloading, but also the industry. Those are legitimate, real conversations that happen over on his channel a couple of times each week, usually on Fridays and other times. So we got another 4 minutes. I don't know how that happened. How did it go to 4 minutes? Is this going backwards? I'm not sure how this works. So did it go up again? It was at 7,200 last time. Minimum bid now is $682. So it must mean to replace whoever pewpewpewpew is, you'd have to get on the board, I guess. You're going to have to bid 608, and now it went to 4 minutes. So yeah, I'm not totally sure how the countdown is working. Let's go back over to Chris's Instagram and make sure that I'm not missing something here. I think it's still actually live, and that there must have been something. I'm not paying enough attention. Maybe it went to 5 minutes. Something happened with a new bid over here. So now we'll watch. We may have the last 3 minutes here. We may not. We'll find out. Let's see if Chris has another video that talks about what we're looking at here.
Hey everybody! Oh gosh, my dog Brownie. She's
Let's see the dog.
barky right now.
See the dog.
All right. Well, I'm doing a little IG live talk about NFTs.
If you pick up the dog, they don't bark.
A new subject.
Oh snap! Just went to 10 grand. So MMB is like snap. I'm taking it to 10 grand. Who thinks they know? I'm gonna see what this recommend is. Hold on. I'm talking too much. I don't know who MMB is. Who thinks they know who MMB is? Let's see, did I save everything? Let's put this in a playlist. It's important to put your stuff in playlists. Let's see, what should we put this in? Best of 2A, I guess. That'll push it up onto my front page. Let me see what other 2A. I have a lot of playlists. I don't remember what they're all called. 2A activists, that would be a good one. I don't have one for that. So just 2A, I guess. All right, so I put it in a couple of playlists, and then let's go down to tags, and let's steal a bunch of this guy's words again. NFT auction with Chris Cheng. That's a good set of words. I'm going to move it over. We got 3 minutes over there. It's up to $10,000. $10,000. Let's see, I can get rid of the width, paste, get rid of NFT auction. Yeah, we'll just put in NFT auction. And then we'll put in just Chris Cheng. Oops, no, let's just do NFT with Chris Cheng. Okay. Then let's see what other words we can get. Gun community digital collectible, that would be a good set of words. Get rid of community, gun related. See how I can get 2 words out of each copy and paste. Recoil number 56. See if that works. Can you put a number sign as a thing? I guess you can. Recoil NFT Auction, how about that? Alright, I don't know if this guy's using all these tags that he has in his description. Is he? What's he using for video tags? Gunownersradio, San Diego. These are boilerplate. None of them are specific. So if he's watching this, use your own tags, dude. You put a lot of text in the description of your video. Use it in the tags of your video. I'm horking your tags. I'm #1 for NFT auction Chris Cheng, for crying out loud. Boom. So it's just a little extra effort on our parts to take some of our description in little blurbs and snippets and jam it into this tab, or tags section as well. It's a little tip for me to use since you're watching this live. And now we'll go over here and watch it again and see what this poll is all about. Let's see, we got 7 votes, only 3 people watching, so the math just doesn't add up. Doesn't add up. Oh, snap. It doesn't look like anybody's about to beat that $10,000 one. So we're going to see the end here for sure. But on our poll, what was the results? 7 people voted, yes, I already have and want an NFT. Yeah, but I won't get one. And then I hate the future and money got more votes. So we know that instead of actual votes, we just got some kids that are playing around on the internet, running by and stealing candy. It's close to Halloween, so they're not here. Obviously, we got too many votes for the number of people that are here. So that's what you call a drive-by troll, or just nothing. So it doesn't look like too many people have them, but people are curious. And now we see that the bar has been set at 10 grand, thanks to whoever MMB is. Who could MMB be? We'll see if we find out. If anyone lets us know, we'll know. NFT is a non-fungible token, so it's basically a collectible version, a non-copyable entity, a digital entity, and they're kind of created, and the value attributed to them is based on a collective value, right? What people think they're worth. So what we're seeing here is the beginnings of that happening. Boom, and it just happened. So now it's syncing the bids. Oh, I can't do any more. It looks like everything's done. So what does it say for details? Nothing. So if we click the rankings, it all happened pretty quickly. At least it looks like the software worked and everything. So it looks like MMB, whoever that is the grand prize winner. And then we got the next 4 bids were 7,000, 2,700, and 27, and then 2,200 by these other people. And then you've got 5 other bids that come in, and those would be your gold tiers. So basically it's like some sort of charity auction type of thing, where the winning bid gets the item, and then the next highest bids get some sort of auxiliary prizes or whatever. So that grand prize winner gets the NFT autographed serial number 1. So the NFTs, I think there's going to be 10 of them. The first serial number, it goes to that first person. They're also going to get a physical autographed copy. Then they're going to get a training session and a subscription, and then some swag. It looks like those next premium tier winners get an NFT with the serial number based on their bid placement. So that's their serial number, sort of. So if there's 10 of these, serial number 1, obviously, serial number 2, serial number 3 have the value that's worth that. And again, that probably has something to do with what their bids were. So just like anything that's going to have value, that starts the value process or whatever. And then they also get a physical version of it, and then they'll get to hang out at that training session, it looks like, as well as a 5-year subscription and some swag. And then those last 4, 5 bidders that were under that went down to $600, I think. The lowest bid was $650. So from $650 up to $2,000, that bid range all got their NFT with the serial number according to their bid placement. They also got a physical copy of the issue 56 that's autographed, and then lifetime, and then the 3-year subscription. So it sounds like each of them gets an NFT with the serial number according to their bid, and that'll have the associated value. So now if people attribute value to that, and they want to own serial number 1 or whatever, then they get to go to that person and go, hey, I want serial number 3, or I want serial number 1. Or that person can say, I need to sell this one for whatever reason. Does anybody associate any worth with it? And that's where, yeah, it's not a scam, I wouldn't say, as much as a gamble, as much as a step into the unknown. Just, you know, is it I think a step or a movement towards the next. So it's definitely not a sure thing. And like anything that has risks, there's an appropriate or some amount of reward potential or consequence, loss, or whatever associated with it. So yeah, that money potentially could be said. People could say that they didn't buy nothing or they bought a very expensive magazine. That's one way to look at it. In which case, I don't know what the breakdown is. I don't think Chris is trying to get rich off of this. And I don't think Recoil is getting rich off of this. It sounds like, where does it go? Does it talk about where the money goes? Chris will talk about it on his page over here. What do you call it? The money raised goes to organizations. So I don't know where that is broken down. Probably here. One of these he talks about where the funds go to. So it was a fundraiser. So basically, just like if you went to some sort of silent auction or something, the value you place on a $10 candle is probably going to be worth more because you're giving money to that organization. That was really the point here. And then the alternative, the special kick or the special angle to the fundraising was that it was the initial NFTs. So it's also to get people's feet wet and to give them something to start talking about, something to compare. Now the next NFTs that come out, are they going to be more successful or they're going to be less successful than these? And then if a third NFT comes out, is it a trend or is it the three indications of a fad, right? Is there going to be a fifth? Is this something that we see competition shooters use? Do people want to own a piece of somebody's thing? I really think the potential is here for museums who have specimens, who have individual items, who no one is ever going to be able to own. But just like you can't own a slice of the moon, people will pay to have a certificate on the wall that says, I bought a piece of the moon for my wife or something. So, that's, some people say that's just nothing, but other people can understand that that's, since it's a thing that can't be copied or plagiarized, I guess. What's the word? It'll be, I guess, just copied. Anyway, so if someone could own a chunk of a famous, if there's only 10 slices of a famous firearm in a museum, or even a section, I don't know, they could divide it up to be the toy section of the J.M. Davis Museum. So not a specific ray gun, but the room that has all the squirt guns and cap guns and ray guns in it. And if someone just wants to say that they own a piece of that, knowing that the money they paid for that goes to support the thing, that's cool. I think that would be a neat way for people to participate in the collections that are out there and shared by everybody. But yeah, that's what I think. So we'll see. Yeah, it's for 10. It's, I think, for 3 different nonprofits. I wouldn't call them charities. These aren't people that are. Oh, maybe they are. I think Blazing Sword is free training. So it's just it's like a coordinating people who offer free training with people that are looking for training. So I don't know if that's really a charity as much as a nonprofit service. Well, like I say, we'll see what happens. The internet seemed like a scam to a bunch of people. Fax machines seemed like a scam to a bunch of people. Beta seemed like a scam, the tiny little mini discs. So everything is just a new thing. Video conference calls at one time were a scam, and now they're commonplace, and then they're boring, and then they're novel again. So we'll see if they catch on or not. I don't think there's been anything like this as far as digital stuff, mainly because there hasn't been blockchain systems to allow it to happen securely. Now that these can happen securely, and they offer a non-system or an alternative system-based way to transfer value, we'll see if NFTs catch on or not. They could just be the camel bucks of the future, or the past, or whatever that would be, or they could be the debit cards. You know, I can remember when debit cards, people laughed at debit cards or the concept of ATM machines. And for a while there, ATM machines were a part of life. And I can't even remember the last time I went to an ATM machine. So for a minute there, they were a joke. First, they were science fiction. Then they were a joke, right? First they were science fiction. Then they were a part of life. And now nobody even, some people go to ATMs or phone booths. You know, that was a way of life. No one would have ever thought there would never be a phone booth. Now no one goes to a phone booth. There aren't even phone booths. So we'll see. It's either going to be a phone booth, or it's going to be a phone booth and we're all just figuring out that we want to talk to people, or we all got cell phones. So I can't tell the future either. But yeah, $10,000. So that set the pace, that set the scale. And we'll see if others, maybe Recoil. What the hell? They did a picture on a cover of a dude who testified in front of Congress, but they chose to use a picture of a dude wearing a flag t-shirt, backwards with all the colors weird, in a distressed fashion, which is like 4 different ways to disgrace an American flag, and then holds up a gun that could be a broomstick, or it could be, I don't know, any number of things that aren't a gun, because there's nothing that makes it look like a gun, and then it's painted to look even less like a gun. And it's on a magazine that has one revolver picture on it, and there's nothing about the magazine that looks like Second Amendment or that looks like gun related at all. So, Recoil magazine chose all those options when they could have had the dude sitting at a desk in front of Congress, in my opinion. And it'd have been a more impactful cover, would have got more, it would express more about what Chris is. But whatever. So if it's Recoil just doing their weird thing, maybe we'll never see another NFT. If Recoil just started the thing for 7 other people who've been thinking about it to do it, what about some of those files of the 3D prints? Maybe some of those things will be NFTs. What about some of the companies out there that make interesting guns? If they put some of their blueprints or some of their first, I don't know what you can attribute an NFT to, but I think you can pretty much attribute it to anything if somebody's going to come along and buy it. So yeah, we'll see. This is either the beginning of it or it's not. See, that's what I'm saying. Everything kind of comes and goes and pendulum swings. So thanks for joining us. I just saw that it was ending live. I knew it was ending today, but Gizzard just ended his show. I happened to be over here on Instagram and saw that it was about to end, and I didn't see anybody else going live to talk about it. So it was kind of fun. It started out being something like $2,700 or something, I think, the last time we looked, or when we first jumped on, and then it ended up ending at $10,000 for the main thing from somebody named MMB. Then Maj was in there at $7,200. Then it jumps down to digitalarms at $2,750. Whoever jwdillon is, $2,700. Somebody named Ash or ashink, $2,200. Ammolytics, what is that, a website? 20 or 2,000 on the dot almost. Cheryl Todd, $1,500. Gunownersradio, the guy that we worked all the words off of from this video. Wait, what? Wherever that guy's video is, like this guy's video, I worked all the words from. And then opensrcdefense, that's an organization, or maybe it's a person, I don't know. And then whoever pewpewpewpewpew is, got the cheapest one, or the least expensive one, for $650. So this whole thing was out of my price range. If I would have had money to even participate, I probably would have bid like $35 because I don't have any money. But I think it would have been neat to at least been in the bidding. There's been a couple of things that have gone into auction before that I bid on just to say I've been in the bidding, even though it's nowhere near the top. But something like this looks like the top 10 all participated. So even if you didn't win at $10,000, you're still participating at $2,000. You know, those people are still cashing in or paying to the concept or to the promotion thing here. And then that money will go to the organizations. I don't know why it doesn't list them here. And some of the stuff I looked at, it listed it. All right, well, now I'm just saying it over and over again. So we'll end it. And again, thanks for watching and listening. Locked and Loaded with Nose is on later on today. And am I missing stuff? There might be some other things that are live also. All right, until next time. Oh, I guess we'll leave it on one of these.
Thank you for supporting our projects. If you'd like to buy us a cup of coffee, check out our Patreon channel.
The guys and gals of gunwebsites.com encourage you to take a CCW class every year, practice at least once a month, and carry every day. Thank you for watching gunwebsites.com.